We all have those things that just really irk us. Maybe not the first time you saw or heard it, but now it has you rolling your eyes and saying, I've had it.
Well, Jennifer Welch and Angie Sullivan, aka Pumps, feel the same way. In fact, they made a podcast about it.
So what have you had it with this week?
Oh, yes.
And it is the subject of power moms.
I've had it with diva men.
Yak mouths sitting near you at a sporting event. Men who skirt the system. Had it.
Had it.
Had it. A podcast about positivity
We are not doing this.
and petty grievances. Episode after episode of unmitigated rage.
Ooh, unmitigated rage. These two hilarious women just had a sold out show last night at City Winery. Did we mention sold out? Yeah.
Yes.
And tonight they're heading to Brooklyn. So please welcome to the show in between Jen and Pumps.
Jen and Pumps.
Ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Please,
my-
we are honored.
Yes,
First of all, how'd it go last night?
it was
In Brooklyn.
No,
last night
tonight's
was New York
Brooklyn.
City.
Tonight's
City
Brooklyn.
Winery.
City Winery, how'd it go?
Great.
sold out.
Yeah?
I mean, she is the star of the show. She was a sensation. She lit Manhattan on fire.
She was a sensation.
Oh, it's true. An absolute sensation on the stage.
Yes, it's true.
It's
I
true.
believe it.
I
I
believe
believe
both of you.
they hype each other up.
I know.
Was there anything on the way to City Winery that you were like, I've had it? I've had it with these rats.
Yeah.
I've had it with the smell of hot garbage in New York City
I'll
on
tell
a
you what's-
hot September night.
What's hilarious is we have drag queens open up our show.
Oh, wow.
And our drag queen got stuck in traffic.
Oh,
And so she messaged our publicist and said, I'm hopping on a city bike. I'll be there in 10.
In
Full drag.
I would have loved to have
Full
seen it.
drag down to the
let's
City
just
Winery.
imagine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had it with the traffic.
I have
Yes.
not had it with that vivid
Vivid.
imagery.
No, isn't it great?
All right. I mean, it's a genius idea in general, but also for a podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing. How did the idea come? What was first, the podcast or this idea that you needed to put this out
Yeah.
to the masses?
Well, first is a 20-year friendship.
I was going to ask, where'd you two meet?
Yes, I'm an interior designer when I'm not a podcaster, and she hired me to do her house.
Okay.
So that's how we met. And the very first meeting, I walked in, and she said, you can just do whatever you want and have terrible taste. And I said, well, I can tell you have terrible taste because you have silk flowers on your table. And the only thing worse than silk flowers is a portrait of silk flowers,
No.
and you have both. She fell madly in love with me.
I fell head over heels immediately because I was like, this is the decorator for me.
Someone's giving me the cold hard truth.
Yes, and I loved it. And she did a great job on
Are
my
you
house.
a Sagittarius?
No, Leo.
Okay.
But we've had it with astrological signs.
Marisol.
I live for astrology.
Yes, she does.
Do you?
I do. You've had it with that, though.
Had it.
Had it.
Most of
okay,
our
so
team has
you
also
make
had it.
you make a friendship. Where did you get to the point where you were like, I've had it, and
We're starting a
let's
podcast.
share it with the
She's
masses?
always said I've had it when she's fed up with something. She said it since I've known her. Her mom said it growing up. So when our kids, because we talk on the phone all the time, and our two oldest kids, we're both like, you guys talk on the phone all the time. Why don't you just do a podcast about that stuff?
The youth.
Yeah.
From the mouths
we would
of
have never
babes.
thought of that ever. And so it's just been, it was kind of obvious because I've had it all the time. We're frustrated with everything.
Wow.
Yes, raising
Such is
kids,
life.
adulthood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's frustrating to be a human.
Put that on my tombstone.
It's frustrating being a human.
Yeah.
Yipik said
I
it
don't
was
wanna live
frustrating
anymore.
being a human.
Yeah.
So you were on a Bravo TV
Yes.
show.
Yes.
Home Sweet Oklahoma.
Yes.
Sweet Home, Oklahoma.
Sweet Home
Yes.
Oklahoma.
Sweet.
Almost.
I've had it with misspellings on prompter. Sorry, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, so that kind of helped us when we launched the podcast. We weren't just completely going into the podcast abyss because everybody's got a podcast now.
Yeah.
Right.
So there was some name recognition, which helped kind of our people that watched the show were like, oh, we liked that show. We'll
Yeah.
listen to the pod.
Okay.
But the pod blew up way bigger than the show.
Than the show.
I can imagine. You mentioned you're an interior designer. I know you're an attorney.
Yes.
Hold on. Before I ask that question, Pumps.
Yes.
For those who don't know, why Pumps?
Yeah, why don't?
Her husband nicknames everyone, like their kids come home from the hospital and 3 days later there's a new nickname and then a new nickname. I mean, so the dogs, every person in his life has a
love that.
nickname.
Okay.
So I started out like 15, 20 years ago as Angelina Pumpkintina. And then it was Tina full of pumps, and then pumps just stuck.
It's a great nickname.
And this is all courtesy of your husband.
Yes, which I knew from being a lawyer before I met her.
She's kind of like our non-practicing
Right.
sister wife.
Yes.
Oh, sure. They're in a throuple.
We're in a throuple.
Yeah. Okay, so back to that. So interior designer, attorney, I can imagine that you pull a lot of content from the
Yes.
jobs.
Yes, we do.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially my practice. There's so many things that it's just unbelievable to me.
I
Like
can't even imagine.
swinger men, they're always dying to get people into swinging, but then they get jealous. I'm like, well, it was your idea. Don't be mad at her. You're the one that thought it was a great idea.
I've had that. I've had it with that.
I've had it with that. I don't even know who that is, and I've had it with him.
I think the swinging takes down a lot of marriages. I mean,
Yeah,
just
it does.
this is
Is
this a
anecdotal
thing?
evidence.
Yes.
Are you a
It's
divorce
a-
attorney?
I'm a divorce attorney.
Ay, Dios mío.
That's
Where
good
were you
addition right
17
there.
years ago? Sheesh, I got raked over the coals. I've had it with high-priced attorneys. I'm kidding. Okay, so you play a game on your show?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the game?
Had it or hit it.
And what is the premise, if you've had it?
Yeah, if you don't like something, you will have had it. If you like it, you'll hit
You'll
it.
hit it.
You'll hit it. Okay, can I think we've amassed some
Yeah, okay.
subjects.
Let's
Can we
play.
can we
Let's
do the
roll the
thing?
game.
Let's see what the
You'll have to
what
hope
the
everyone
brain
brought their
trust.
Oh,
Oh.
had it or hit it, pumpkin spice.
I hit it. I love a good pumpkin spice. I only do it Thanksgiving to Christmas, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a year-rounder.
I've had it, and I've had it. That you just said you do it seasonally. That's part of the problem.
Should she not be doing it seasonally?
I just think it's so like, oh my gosh, it's pumpkin spice season, and everybody talks about it. I'm like, it's just really not.
It
that
exacerbates
great.
the issue.
It encourages them to keep
Yeah.
making it.
It's a lot of nonsense
Well,
about
with
a
pumps, I hit it.
I've had it.
Had it.
I've had it. Okay. I've had it. All right. What's the next one? The next blaming. Oh boy.
Oh.
I've had it. I'm
Had
just
it.
going to go ahead and lead off here. Had it.
Had it.
Had it.
Hit it.
Well, we knew that one was coming.
Next.
Next up,
And I don't blame my sign. I blame my rising. Okay.
and I've had it with that
Are you a Mercury in retrograde person?
No, but Mercury in retrograde is ending on Saturday, so make your new moon intentions on Friday.
I'll get all over that.
Wait, what was this next one?
comment. This one, I think, comes to us from courtesy of a line producer, Brittany. The phrase, I'm in my fill in the blank era.
I'm in my pumpkin spice era. I'm in my.
Had
There
it.
are no errors. We're people.
Yeah.
Had it.
Had it, had it. It's a resounding had it from the couch.
Too much main character syndrome
Yes.
with all of that. Yeah.
Ooh.
I love that. You know, I love that one.
Okay, what
Brittany,
else do we have?
next one. People.
Walking 5 across on the sidewalk. I have had it
I've
with that
had
for probably 3 decades now.
Yeah, I've had it.
Yes, slow walkers that are horizontal like that, and you can't get around
You
them.
can't
Right.
pass them.
It's
Had
a
it.
breathtaking lack of self-awareness.
That's
Yes.
what it goes hand in hand with the lack of self-awareness, which
That's
is
right.
my
Yes.
number one ultimate
Had
lifetime
it.
biggest pet peeve.
Okay.
Had it.
Do we have another one in here? One more. Oh, we've had an
big
expert
one.
on to talk about this.
Shoots.
I would love to know what they say because it puts me in such a bind. I don't know
Yeah.
whether to tip when they ask.
Jason Pfeiffer, I've had it.
I've had it.
Had it.
Had it.
I'm not sipping on water.
Right, and we need to pay people a livable wage, so we
Yeah.
don't have to tip everybody all the
Thank
time.
you.
Agreed.
Okay, you heard it here.
Can we like zoom in to your
Yes.
podcast?
Yes, we would love it.
And be like flies on the wall
Yes, let's do
from
it.
the New York Bureau?
Let's do
All
it.
the things we've had it with.
That's right. I
That'd
like
be
it.
a great list.
And in case you missed it, you can see these lovely ladies of the I've Had It podcast tonight at Warsaw and Brooklyn. Tickets are available on Live Nation. You can listen to their podcasts, to
Yeah.
their episodes wherever you get your podcasts.
I
And a shout out
highly
to
recommend-
Calorama for the plug.